Howdy y'all, it's Russell back with Gwinnett Lawns in beautiful and foggy and wet Atlanta, Georgia. All right, today is December the 16th, 2024, and I'm going to just start off with the question of the day. Have you tried X blades on your mower, whatever mower setup you have? It doesn't have to be the Ballard style. It could be just like I'm getting ready to do here. So I'm doing something I said I would never do on this mower, and I'll explain why in just a minute, but let me show you what I did already here. Hopefully there's enough light. So I have my my gold hybrid blades on the top, and I've got these copperhead blades on the bottom. Why am I doing this? Well, I actually ordered some of the Ballard brackets to do that. However, watched a lot of videos on YouTube and seeing people that have tried this, and a lot of them use it without putting the brackets on there. So I'm gonna do an experiment. And the reason that I'm doing that today is because, you know, we're still doing leaves, and the ground is wet or it's damp, and it's going to be really hard. I'm having a hard time, and probably most people do, with processing, extracting from the ground and processing those oak leaves that are the real thin ones. I call them sniper leaves. Maybe they're pin oaks, water oaks, something like that. So let me take this blade off here. All right, so basically all I'm doing is I'm taking the copperhead blade. These are brand new. Putting that on here. Putting the hybrid blade on there just like that. Now, the real question is how much, because these are, I think they're a little less than 1/4 inch thick. So how do you, the main question is, how do you keep the blades? How do you align them properly? I'm going to show you what I did, because I don't have the bracket here right now. I'm just taking a framer square. Let's see if this light will probably work. So I'm just taking these and putting these up like this. The reason that I've hesitated doing this is because this is only an FS 600, and it's only got 18.5 horsepower. Now, it may be perfectly fine to do this. I don't know. We're going to find out. But let me show you how I'm going to line these so they're perfectly square. So I'm just taking this framer square right here. All right, well, I guess all we can do is just go try it. All right, so I can already tell you when I put these on, it's much harder for the clutch to start and I knew that was going to happen, but the clutch to start up, that thing is, let's try this again. Okay, so it's sucking everything off the grass. I'm going to close the flap and see if the flap is trying to hold. All right, so I had to go help my neighbor with his tire on his Honda Civic. So I can say without a doubt that there is much more force of suction with those two blades on there. How it actually performs chopping up a bunch of leaves, hopefully I'll have some video of that for you guys. Okay, so let me just check my messages here. Okay, it is 11:16. That took me an hour and 45 minutes. There was way more leaves than, I haven't been here in a month, so way more leaves than is normally here. So what do I think about the X-Blade setup? It's phenomenal. But I have one major reservation, is that shortened equipment life. When I was doing just the regular yard, right, on the grass, it was sucking up the leaves, it was sucking up the pine straw, just phenomenal, right? And what normally would maybe take me 4 passes took me 2. Now there is an extreme amount of front blowout from that setup that I have, so I had to keep the chute blocker open just a little bit to let the air pass through. And normally with stuff like that with leaves, I cut where I'm discharging inside so I can keep cutting the material on the next pass, and it basically, there's almost nothing left for it to have to deal with. It just, you cut over it a couple times and it just disappears. So I found that if I cut discharging to the outside, I could keep the chute blocker pretty much closed, and it did very few places that I even have to do a double pass. So yes, absolutely, it works. It works really good. Now, when I was doing those piles of leaves that I had to blow, and those, especially in the backyard and in that side area where I can't really get the mower up in there because of the rocks and the roots and stuff, that poor engine was just struggling, right? This thing with those X-Blades on there set up like that basically makes topsoil out of the leaves. I was flabbergasted. No way could the machine do that with just the single blades on there. It can get close, but it just can't do it. But that does come with a price, and the price is, it is bogging the engine way down. So I found that I could put the deck all the way up, do a first pass over the leaves, and it would have plenty of airspace under there, so it wouldn't bog it down as bad. It still bogged it down a little bit, and then drop the deck, and but it's still sucking up part of the dirt that it's making. So it's a little better that way. I think the best place for doing that is on an engine that is probably at least, I'm gonna say at least 24 horsepower. Now it will do it with that, obviously. These other yards that I've got, they're not gonna have many leaves at all, so it won't be an issue, but I don't know what it would have done if the leaves were dry. Obviously it would have been a little easier on the mower. It would have created so much dust, it would have been unbelievable. There was zero dust. But I am very impressed with that setup. So, for instance, like a yard like that, I think it would do phenomenal on, well, any of these yards. But as soon as you get a pile of leaves that are 18 inches, 2 feet, I've done those dry leaves in that yard before at 3 feet. And dry, obviously dry does make a big difference, but that machine with that setup, it just holds on to the leaves and just vaporizes them. It's amazing. So I was very pleased to watch it suck the pine straw. And this is damp. It's not wet, sopping wet, it's damp. So I am very impressed, and I 100% think, I don't know how it would cut grass like that. It would do phenomenal. It would make that look like a vacuum went over it. But I am concerned, with with how much stress it's putting on the mower. So I think I'm just going to keep running them today, and then when I'm done, I will give my final thoughts on the setup, and because I need to run it in just a variety of different yards. So I will see you guys in just a minute.